The domain of cot inverse function is the set of real numbers, and the set of real numbers is denoted with an open interval minus infinity to plus infinity. 1 minus cos 2 theta can be written as 2 sin square theta, and when we reduce it to half angle formula, then x can be written as x by 2. Under tan, we have root 3 for pi by 3, that is tan 60 degree is root 3. So therefore tan inverse of root 3 can be written as pi by 3. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. This is your Shruti ma'am lecturing in Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. In this session, we are going to revise the chapter Inverse Trigonometric Function. So let us see the chapter-wise weightage from this chapter. So under part A section, we know that we'll be having 15 MCQs and 5 fill in the blanks. In that you will get 1 MCQ and 1 fill in the blank question, that is objective, 2 objective questions from this chapter, and 1 2-mark question and 1 3-mark question. So overall you will get 7 marks from this chapter. So let's look up the type of question, let's discuss them. So from objective questions, basically you have to learn the principal value branch, the domain and range of the inverse trigonometric function. So the first question here is the principal value branch of f of x is equal to sine inverse x. So where does the sine inverse x lies? That is the principal value branch or the range of the given function. So that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, between 0 to pi, from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, from 0 to pi. So clearly we know that option C is the correct answer. So sine inverse x always lies in the branch from minus 90 to plus 90 degree. Next, the domain of cos inverse x. So the domain of cos inverse x is always from minus 1 to plus 1. But whether it is between minus 1 or from minus 1, including or excluding the intervals. So the correct option is option D, minus 1 to 1. So here they have given the option minus 1 to 1, 0 to pi, minus infinity to infinity, and minus 1 to 1. So the correct option is option D. Next, the domain of cot inverse function. So the domain of cot inverse function, so whether it is from minus 1 to 1, minus infinity to infinity with closed interval, minus infinity to infinity open interval, minus 1 to 1. So we know that the domain of cot inverse function is the set of real numbers, and the set of real numbers is denoted with an open interval minus infinity to plus infinity. So option C is the correct answer. Principal value branch of cos inverse half. So we have half in cos function. So what is the value of the angle which will give you half? So that is cos pi by 3, that is cos 60 degree. So if we write half as cos pi by 3, then cos inverse of cos pi by 3 should be pi by 3. Look at the option here. We have minus pi by 2, minus pi by 3, 5 pi by 6, 2 pi by 3. Nowhere in the options we have pi by 3. But we can also see the principal value branch of cos function lies between 0 to pi. So therefore, it can also be 2 pi by 3, that is cos 120 degree. So the option is cos 2 pi by 3. The value of cos inverse 1 by 2 and 2 sin inverse 1 by 2 is equal to 2 pi by 3, 3 pi by 2, pi by 2, pi by 6. Let's evaluate this. Cos inverse half can be written as pi by 3 and sin inverse half. So we know that sin 30 degree or sin pi by 6 will give you 1 by 2. So sin inverse half can be written as pi by 6. So here we'll get pi by 3 plus pi by 3, which gives you 2 pi by 3. So the correct option is option A, 2 pi by 3. So let's take 2-mark questions. So in 2 marks question, basically you need to learn the principal value of all the 6 inverse trigonometric functions. So here we have a type of question. Find the value of tan inverse root 3 minus secant inverse of minus 2. Now tan inverse of root 3, we know that under tan we have root 3 for pi by 3, that is tan 60 degree is root 3. So therefore tan inverse of root 3 can be written as pi by 3. And we have minus secant inverse of minus 2. We know that secant inverse of minus x should be written as pi minus secant inverse x. Okay, so therefore this can be written as pi minus secant inverse 2. Now, secant inverse 2 for what angle? So, we can also take cos inverse of 1 by 2 is 60 degree. So, secant inverse of 2 also denotes 60 degree. So, therefore, here we can write it as pi minus 3 minus pi by 3. If we continue this, we will get this as pi by 3 minus pi, minus into minus, plus pi by 3. So, we have here 2 pi by 3 minus pi. So, which can be written as 2 pi minus 3 pi by 3, which is minus pi by 3. So, the value is minus pi by 3. Next, evaluate sine of pi by 3 minus sine inverse of minus half. We know that sine inverse of minus x can be written as minus sine inverse x. So, other than cos and secant, like secant inverse of minus x and cos inverse of minus x can be written as pi minus secant inverse x, because the principal value branch is between 0 to pi and from 0 to pi. So, therefore, there is no negative angle in terms of secant inverse as well as cos inverse. So, whereas sine, tan, cot, cosecant can be written in the form of minus sine inverse x, minus cosecant inverse x, minus tan inverse x and minus cot inverse x for the negative angle. So, therefore, here if we take this sine pi by 3 minus sine inverse of minus half can be written as minus sine inverse half, which will become plus sine inverse half. Now, for what angle we'll get the value in the form of 1 by 2, that is for 30 degree, pi by 6. So, therefore, sine inverse half can be written as pi by 6. So, pi by 3 is 60, pi by 6 is 30, 60 plus 30 is 90 and sine of 90 degree is 1. So, therefore, the value of this function is 1. Next, show that sine inverse of 2x root of 1 minus x square is equal to 2 sine inverse x. X lies between minus 1 by root 2 to plus 1 by root 2. So, let us take the left hand side of the function, that is sine inverse of 2x root of 1 minus x square. So, this should be equal to 2 sine inverse x. So, let us take the substitution as x is equal to sine theta. So, if you take x is equal to sine theta, then theta is sine inverse x. So, here we are taking the substitution x is equal to sine theta, then theta will become sine inverse x. Let us continue here. So, we have sine inverse 2 into sine theta root of 1 minus sine square theta. Now, here we have sine inverse 2 sine theta. 1 minus sine square theta is cos square. Cos square under the square root will become cos. This 2 sine theta cos theta is a multiple angle formula, which is sine 2 theta. Now, under the given condition here, we know that sine inverse of sine theta can be written as theta if theta lies between the given range. And yes, therefore, here sine inverse of sine theta can be written as 2 theta here. So, 2 into theta, what is theta? Theta is sine inverse x. So, therefore, we will write this as 2 sine inverse x. That is our right hand side. The same function can also be given in terms of cos inverse x if you take the substitution x as cos theta. Next, find the value of sine inverse sine 3 pi by 5. So, we know that sine inverse of sine theta is theta only when theta lies between this range, that is minus 90 to plus 90. And when I say it is sine inverse of sine 3 pi by 5, it is almost 108 degree, which is greater than 90 degree. So it is not lying between the range of minus 90 to plus 90. So I need to reduce this angle. So what I'll do here, I'll take here sine inverse of sine 3 pi by 5 as pi minus 2 pi by 5. Also, we know that when I say sine pi minus theta, it comes in the second quadrant because angles in the second quadrant is written in the form of pi minus theta. So, in second quadrant, sine is positive. So, therefore, this can be written as sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 5. Now, clearly, 2 pi by 5 lies in the range minus 90 to plus 90. So, therefore, I can write the value as 2 pi by 5. Next, 3-mark question. So, we have one inverse trigonometric proof here, that is, prove that 3 cos inverse x is equal to cos inverse of 4x cube minus 3x. So, let's take the right hand side here, right hand side. So, we have cos inverse 4x cube minus 3x. Since we need the term left hand side as cos inverse x, let's take the substitution. X is equal to cos theta. So, put x is equal to cos theta. So, then theta is cos inverse x. So, then here we have cos inverse of 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. Again, 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta is a multiple angle of cos 3 theta. So, therefore, this becomes cos 3 theta. Now, cos inverse of cos 3 theta can be written as 3 theta and theta can be written as cos inverse x. So, we will get 3 cos inverse x, that is the left hand side. Next question. Write the simplest form of tan inverse root of 1 minus cos x divided by 1 plus cos x. We need to reduce the inverse trigonometric function. So, this is again an important topic for 3-mark question. So, we have tan inverse of root of 1 minus cos x divided by 1 plus cos x. Using the concepts of multiple angle formula, this can be reduced into half angle formula. So, therefore, here I can write this as tan inverse of 2 sine square x by 2, because 1 minus cos 2 theta can be written as 2 sine square theta, and when we reduce it to half angle formula, then x can be written as x by 2. Similarly, 1 plus cos can be written as 2 cos square x by 2 under the square root. We can cancel 2, 2. Sine square by cos square can be written as tan square x by 2. So, again square root and square get cancels. So, we are left with tan inverse of tan x by 2. So, therefore, it is x by 2. Given here x lies between 0 to pi. So, therefore, we can directly write it as x by 2. Next. Write the simplest form of tan inverse of 3 cos x minus 4 sin x divided by 4 cos x plus 3 sin x if 3 by 4 tan x is greater than 1. So, now here let's divide both numerator and denominator by 4 cos x. So, then 3 cos x minus 4 sin x divided by 4 cos x whole divided by 4 cos x plus 3 sin x divided by 4 cos x divided by 4 cos x. This is how we will get when we divide each term by 4 cos x. So, just to reduce the function inside the bracket in the form of tan, because we have tan inverse outside. So, therefore, tan inverse of 3 by 4 minus sin by cos can be written as tan x whole divided by, here both term get cancelled, 1 plus 3 by 4 tan x. Now, clearly you can see this somehow is in the form of tan A minus tan B divided by 1 plus tan A tan B. So, we do not have any tan here. So, let's take 3 by 4 is equal to some tan theta or tan A. Okay, so let 3 by 4 is equal to tan A. Then what is A? Tan inverse 3 by 4. So if we substitute here, then we'll get this tan inverse of, this is tan A minus tan X divided by 1 plus tan A tan X, which can be written as tan A minus X. Tan A minus X. So now we have tan inverse of tan theta form, which can be written as theta. So therefore tan inverse of tan A minus X can be written as A minus X. But what is A? A is tan inverse 3 by 4. So therefore it is tan inverse 3 by 4 minus X. So this is the reduced form of the given equation. Next question. Write tan inverse of root of 1 plus x square minus 1 divided by x, where x is not equal to 0 in the simplest form. So again we have tan inverse. We need a tan inside the function. So let's take x is equal to tan theta here. Then obviously theta is equal to tan inverse x. So if we write this, then we'll get tan inverse of 1 plus tan square theta under the square root minus 1 divided by tan theta. 1 plus tan square theta is secant square. Secant square under the square root becomes secant. So therefore tan inverse of secant theta minus 1 by tan. So let's convert this secant into 1 by cos and tan to sin by cos. Then this can be written in the form of tan inverse 1 minus cos theta divided by, so here, sin theta. Because secant can be written in the form of 1 by cos and tan can be written in the form of sin by cos. If we evaluate this, both cos under the denominator get cancelled. So numerator is 1 minus cos and denominator is sin theta. Again, 1 minus cos theta can be written as 2 sin square theta by 2, and sin theta using half angle formula can be written as 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. So here 2 sin get cancelled. We are left with sin by cos. This can be written as tan inverse of tan theta by 2, which is theta by 2. And we know that theta can be written as tan inverse x. So therefore the value is 1 by 2 tan inverse x. So this is the reduced form of the given equation. So we'll continue with the new chapter in the next session. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, keep exploring. Thank you.